This is the 2025 Tacoma TRD Sport 4x4 Double Cab Edition. This bad boy of a pickup is just as tough as it looks, with a towing capacity of over 3 tons, an I-Force turbocharged engine, and a specialty tire and shock package for your wheels. Plus, you're protected by Toyota's Safety Sense 3.0 features, such as a blind spot monitor and the comprehensive pre-collision system. And you still get 23 miles to the gallon of gas on the highway. Whether you're taking it off the road, just getting from point A to point B, or needing a dependable, comfortable bruiser of a pickup for your trips, this Tacoma TRD Sport is exactly what you need from Haley Toyota. Today, we're taking Matt Jansen for a drive. The 5'11" Ford owns nearly every franchise record over his 6 seasons with Roanoke, and the White Bear Lake, Minnesota native has 22 goals, 21 assists, and a +6 rating in 48 games this year for the Dawgs. Mac, how's it going, buddy?
What's up, Mitch?
Good to see you. I'm Mitch Stewart, and this is Driving with the Dawgs. Doing all right, man?
Yeah, you?
I'm doing okay. The allergies are, they got me a little crusty. I sound like a 12-year-old playing Call of Duty with you right now.
Sure, everyone will still know who you are.
Yeah, we're gonna make it work. You had done Driving with the Dawgs before, but it was back with Brian Gardner. So excited that I could get the opportunity to bring you in. It's been a little while since we've had you really in an interview type of setting, but back when you started your SPHL career, you were there in Knoxville at the beginning, and then Roanoke ends up calling. Can you kind of take us through what that sequence of events was like, getting in touch with Dan Bremner, how you ended up here at Roanoke to begin with?
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Well, when I left school, I actually initially went to Pensacola, and I was there for camp, and we didn't really have camp. There was actually a hurricane hitting. So we got everything shut down, and we kind of got to have some fun for a couple days. But then, yeah, I got released from there, went to Knoxville for about a month, got released from there, and my best friend was up in Watertown, Brandon Wallen. He actually had a little stint here, so I was just going to go see him. And literally, it was a 19-hour drive to Watertown, and as I got there, Brems called me and was like, hey, can you come here, like, tomorrow? And I was like, man, I just drove so far to get here. So I stuck it out there for like a week. Brems was like, all right, I'll call you in a week. And, you know, he did. And I was there long enough to want to get out of there as fast as possible. And, yeah, I mean, I guess I got to Roanoke, and the rest is history. I've been here ever since, so couldn't be happier.
You end up, you know, making a name for yourself those first couple of years before COVID and before you guys had to end up sitting out that 1 year. But you end up going to Columbus with a lot of these teammates that you've come to know over the years, with Matt O'Day and CJ Stubbs, and Garrett Sargis was there, Brant Sherwood was down there. What was it like having that group together throughout that season, even if it wasn't here in Roanoke? And how do you think it helped to have that championship experience with Columbus there to kind of lead you guys into what you've been able to do over the last couple of seasons here?
I think it was pretty crucial. I mean, it was a core group of guys, especially a core group that was with us when we won the championship. But I think we just went down there and kind of learned how to win. Like, it's not an easy thing to do. You know, it's looking at it from the outside in, everyone thinks it's so easy to win, but it's really not that easy. And I think us as a core group kind of went down there and really learned how to win. And, you know, like I'm going to keep saying, the rest is history. Like, the writing's right on the wall, so.
Well, and you guys have made a lot of history here in Roanoke, and over that first season when you guys come back from Columbus, you're an alternate captain that year, and then the last 2 seasons you had been a captain, and then your role kind of takes on a different level this year, a different jump, where now you're in the room with Dan and Vito a bit more, and you're kind of an acting assistant coach in that way. You're still playing, obviously, for the team, and still an alternate captain. What does that kind of look like for you this year as far as how that role has maybe changed? What has it been like maybe to get that difference in the relationship, or maybe a little bit of an evolution in the relationship with Dan and with Vito?
At first it was a little different, but me personally, what I wanted to do was, you know, not change who I am in the room. It doesn't matter what title I have or what letter I'm wearing on my chest. You know, I just wanted to be the player I am and the person I am in the room, and, you know, hopefully whatever I'm doing can benefit the team in any way possible. So that's kind of was what my mentality was going in this year, no matter what was. You know, I've always kind of been a guy around here that where when I play my game, it helps the team. So, you know, that's kind of what I was focusing on this year, and, you know, it's been a blast so far.
Yeah, and I think that you hit that right on the head as far as just try to show up every day and be the guy that everyone knows 13 is. And this year, you've had an exceptional season, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But I want to take it back to that Quad City series in November, where you end up dropping the mitts with Nick Panucci and putting a pretty good hurting on him for a guy that, as I understand it, hadn't been in a hockey fight before. Kind of take us through what was going through your head. I know that probably a lot of times in the last few years, with you being a power play guy and someone that's on the ice a whole lot, you don't like to maybe go and spend the 5 minutes in the box. But take us through what led you to actually dropping the mitts in that fight, and kind of what was going through your head as you put the beat down on him.
I just had to channel my inner Nenadal.
There you go.
We're missing that guy in the room, and no, I don't know. It was just heat of the moment type thing. Tempers fly, and I couldn't. Good buddy, good old dog, a guy I learned a lot from, Jeff Jones. He said his last year he was gonna fight, and he never got to it. So I couldn't live it down of not fighting. I would hear it from him for sure. So no, it was just heat of the battle, and what happened. It happened, and that's that.
You've had a really phenomenal year. You're second in the SPHL in power play goals, and you've been able to help the team a lot, whether it's in the scoring and production department, but also kind of that physicality of your game. It feels like the last couple of seasons has really kind of started to take a different level or a leap as far as what you've been able to do night in and night out. What has it been like for you this year? What has been kind of your approach as you continue to try to add different things to your game and find ways to contribute?
I don't think it's really adding anything. I think it's going back to just what I know, and it's going out there and having fun, and just being the player that I know I am. Because when I stick to my roots, that's the player I am, and I know that when I'm that player, it's only going to benefit the team. It's only going to benefit myself, and that's just what I'm trying to replicate is how I got here. Do the things I did that got me here, and what has kept me here for so long, and it's kind of what I've been sticking to.
You've been one of the top guys in the league over the last couple of seasons here with the Rail Yard Dawgs, and also Roanoke. It's been one of the top teams in the SPHL over the last couple of years, and obviously you guys made the final a few seasons back. You win it the next year, and last year you're very close to getting back to a third straight final. This group this year, it feels like, has a lot of the right traits to maybe get things done the way you guys want them to be in April and make a deep playoff run. What are you kind of looking at with this group right now as far as maybe what you and Matt O'Day and Austin Rodebush, Nick Ford, the leadership group that's been through these series and know what it takes to win? What are you guys trying to bring to the room every single day to make sure you guys are ready for this postseason push?
Just that, that mentality of it doesn't matter who we play. We're going to, if we play the best team in the first round or if we play them in the last round, it doesn't matter. The winner goes on. So we have that mentality of it's about us. If we play our game, if we know we stick to our game plan and, do the things we have to do to win a game, that's all. The rest will take care of itself. If we go into games hot-headed, it hasn't really worked out for us. If we go into teams lackluster or into games lackluster, it hasn't really worked out for us. But the games we go into just worrying about us, we completely dominate. So that's just kind of our mindset.
You've been, a mainstay in this locker room over the last couple of years, and I think a lot of the guys when they come in, a lot of the rookies when they come in, you're one of the guys that they want to pick their brain, right? They're trying to learn and figure out how to be a vet, figure out how to have so much success and longevity like you've had here with the Rail Yard Dawgs. What are some of those things that you try to first point out, or is it kind of something that just comes organically where you're getting to know the guys and maybe they pick up stuff from you? How does that kind of relationship work maybe when you're mentoring some of these rookies or some of these younger players?
I just try and show up and be a pro every day. It's, some days are definitely harder than others, but you get yourself into a routine and that mentality of it's just that if you're focused on that day at a time, there's nothing you can do in the past that you can change, and there's not enough you can do to, predict your future. So if you just show up and do your job that day and, whether we're skating or not, if you put in your 100% that day, then you can be satisfied with it. I guess I'm a pretty intimidating guy because I don't get many questions from those young guys coming in. But I know I try to just lead by example, and, the few that do ask questions, I'll give them a straight-up answer. It's not an easy league to play and stay and maintain yourself in, so you got to be committed to it, and there's not going to be much else on the outside world that you can participate in when you're truly committed to this craft.
If you had one teammate, whether it's on this team now or over the years, if you needed someone to bail you out of a tough spot, tough situation, who's the one guy you think that you're calling upon? Whether you could take it a lot of different ways, your life in danger or something like that. If you got one guy that you know he's going to show up, who's it going to be?
It's got to be my good buddy Nate O'Brien. Nate O'Brien, he's he's a good guy. We'll just put it that guy, Boston guy, but yeah, he's good guy, good friend of mine.
You know the town about as well as anyone that's lived here, even just like me, and I've been here my whole life. But what are some of the things that you like to do around Roanoke when you do get some time away from the rink, or maybe an off day even during the season? What are you getting out and about into?
First and foremost, it's probably just getting outside with my girlfriend Diana and our dogs, our brown lab Cedric. You know, we like to bring him down to the river. He loves to swim. He'll swim all day, or just bring him to a field and watch him run in circles or chase a ball mindlessly. That's some of my guilty pleasures in life, is just peace and calm and away from, you know, some of the crazy that we have to deal with. If it's not that, I'm definitely out on a golf course, Ashley Plantation, Roanoke Country Club. You know, we'll get out to Hanging Rock sometimes, but yeah, those are two of my go-tos. Kind of, I live downtown with my girlfriend, so it's kind of nice to get outside the city sometimes.
In the Rail Yard Dawgs golfing hierarchy, where does Mac Jansen rank? Where is he at on the leaderboard?
Oh, I could really stir the pot right now. You know, I always whenever I go out and have a bad round, I blame it on I don't play enough. But I'll put myself in the top 5. I'm top 5 on a good day, boys. On a good day, I'll put myself up there.
Who's up at number 1 right now, you think?
Right now, on the team, you know, Ford hits the ball about 300 miles, so I'll give it to him right now. He's a good golfer.
There we go. Little tire pump there for Nick Ford. But
yeah.
Just a couple of weeks back, we were able to see 2 sellout games here in Roanoke, and I think you've had a really unique seat from being down on the ice and being the one busting your tail for everyone that's showing up, whether it's the fans at 3,000 or at 8,000. We see 2 sellouts. What has it been like for you getting to play here over these few seasons and get the chance to watch the fan base and the support grow like it has?
It's incredible. It's like I've always said since I've been here, it's a hockey town. It really is. These people are crazy about their hockey, and it's cool to see. You know, my first year, there was nothing. There was the passionate ones. We definitely don't forget about you guys, the day one supporters. But just to see it grow and be a part of it, it's an honor, that's for sure.
Well, Mac, we're about to pull back into the rink here. I always like to leave it open-ended. Is there anyone else that you'd like to bring up, shout out, or just anything else you'd like to say maybe for anyone that could be watching this?
I guess just my girlfriend, my dog Cedric, and all the family back home. Love you guys. Go Dogs.
Sorry that you had to listen to me croak through this one, but you are always professional and always great to have you in here and get to catch up, man. Appreciate your time.
Good stuff, Mitch.
Driving with the Dawgs is sponsored by Haley Toyota, the official ride of your Rail Yard Dawgs. Visit Haley Toyota online at HaleyHasItForLess.com and stay tuned for more episodes coming soon.